Right, but what if they only have DNA evidence and they just get you? Like the clone might rape somebody and just leaves a good old heap of semen in there, and then they scrape that fucker out, and then you're going to prison for
I'm
rape.
taking it.
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting that Daniel just doesn't give a shit about his genetic code being out there. It's kind of cool. That's interesting.
Well, I just think it's fine because like Daniel's probably gonna be okay because I don't think Daniel's gonna make like billions of dollars or some shit. But I don't know. Like I feel like if I sat down and like hyper focused and built some shit that became super successful, I could make a fuckload of money. I just haven't been put in a situation like that yet. But like,
Well,
I don't know. I just don't. I don't. It's
sure.
an immutable thing that I can't change. Whereas like everything else about myself, I literally can change.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just never something I thought of. I mean, I've thought about a lot of things because I am, I guess, in some ways a public figure, but it doesn't really. The DNA thing, I never thought. I can't. I mean, maybe they could just do something with it that I'm not thinking of.
Exactly.
Well, that's it. That's it. That's the other thing, right?
Like, and they don't even. I don't. I didn't look over like if there's a user agreement or whatever. I didn't care about that. But let's say that even if they wrote something in there that like says, "Oh, this is all we can use it for," I don't even know if that would make me comfortable. Because like the database could just get hacked, and then like, oh, now none of what you said matters. That's actually the biggest problem with the current technologies like fingerprint scanners and iris scanners is they put those people's iris data in databases, and I think I forget which Asian countries those databases got hacked, and then everybody's healthcare information, everything was stored with that information. So when people hacked the database, they just had access to like everyone's shit. So like the country was like, okay, let's make this system that makes it super convenient for everyone to get access to their stuff because we'll use their fingerprints and their eye scans and all that. And then they had to store all of that identifiable information in a database. And so those databases were like little honeypots for everyone to go after. And they got in there, and then now the entire healthcare system is fucked because everybody was like, okay, well, I can get everybody's shit now.
In the spit / DNA example, I think I would be more potentially paranoid about it if I was an immortal being. But at this point, it's like I'm not seeing what they could do. But if I was immortal, I would think, okay, in the future, maybe they could do some shit. I don't know how close it is that they're going to be able to do much with that info.
So let's say they want to kill somebody who's like high profile, and they know that the cops are going to go after him. And they're like, oh, we got this fucking schmuck here in this database, and we've got his DNA here, so let's just plant that at this crime scene.
I usually got a good alibi.
I
keep receipts.
You keep. Okay, what if, let's say they decide to clone your genetic code and all that kind of stuff. Let's just go with a random scenario. And then they start splicing your genetic code with other individuals and all that kind of stuff to create, let's say, a new being of some sort. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, being the first of a new being, part of me, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Okay.
Where your DNA would die out, mine would live on.
I guess, sure.
I mean, it's the same thing as fucking somebody, Daniel. You want to fuck somebody?
Well, yeah, but that doesn't create a new... Well, yes, I do want to fuck somebody, but that would be a new species, I think he's saying. You can't create a new species via fucking.
I mean,
you need some
technically
freaky...
you can. That's how new species exist in the first place.
Well, okay, but it's not immediately, obviously, a different one. That's very slow over time.
I mean, technically you could fuck someone related to you, and it kind of accelerates the mutation process. But yeah, I don't think you're going to like...
Are you calling retards a different species here?
No, I'm just saying it accelerates the mutation process. The odds are you're going to get somebody who's not, evolved. So I don't...
Yeah, but you're going to get a human. I assume he means they're making they wouldn't want to make a shittier species, right? Maybe they would. I don't know.
Well, it depends. Do they want like a slave race or like?
Oh, maybe that's.
And why wouldn't they want their slave race to be talented and funny?
Yeah, it's the perfect coping mechanism for the slavery.
It's a good point, actually. I hadn't thought about it. I'm the perfect target.
You're enslaving the dumb with your funniness. They're
Well,
gonna use it.
now I'm very paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm about 85% British, and
You're 85% Finnish.
British.
nah, British.
Okay.
I got
You're
about
Finnish.
10% other random Scandinavian shit.
So you're
Yeah.
like really white. Ugh,
Yeah,
I know.
there was no even like hint of non-whiteness in
Hispanic, no
the.
nothing. Jeez.
Nah, I didn't have a hint.
God damn, Daniel.
I'm 1/8 Cherokee Indian. That's all I know.
Hmm.
My great grandmother was Cherokee Indian. That's so I'm 1/8 that. That's all I know. I guess my mom is like British and shit, so I got that in there. And we got French in there somewhere. So whatever.
What about you, Bad Star?
I'm just me. That's it.
Yeah,
Where's your
there is a
where's
tiny percent
your
of Ireland and
family
Scotland.
from before Canada? Where's your family from before Canada?
I'm Trini. I'm a Trini.
So
Wait, what?
what about before Trinidad?
Oh.
We're just Trinis.
You've always
plus-
lived in Trinidad.
And plus, I don't really care about my heritage bullshit, right? We're all
Yeah, I'm
humans
not
on this
particularly.
We're all stinking humans on this stinking piece of shit planet that we're all
Well,
destroyed.
yeah,
Yes,
for
yes,
different reasons.
Let's
I
talk
am
about
on
the button. Yes, yes, let's talk about the button.
Oh,
Oh yeah, tell them about your button. Tell them about your button. Just do it quick.
Murder. If I presented you with a button that ends all of humanity, no suffering, no nothing, it just blimps out of existence, would you press it?
No,
Why?
because who cares? Why would I need to press it?
You get to be the arbiter of humanity's existence. You wouldn't
Yeah,
be
but
like,
why? They're already just let them fucking. This whole place is gonna end eventually anyway. The button doesn't need to be pressed.
well, you
Like,
would
what
be
else is going on? Is there
you would
something else
be
that's better than humanity going on out there? Just rocks beating up against each other?
you would be allowing the other life forms on the planet to exist, right? Instead of it just perpetually being destroyed
Yeah,
and
are
slowly.
the other life forms on the planet more interesting than humans? Or are they just walking around raping each
I
other?
would probably say they're more interesting than humans, yeah. But that's
Then why
my
don't you
own
talk to them at the
preference.
gym?
I wish I wish they went to
I
the
never
gym.
saw you chatting with a dolphin.
Look, I don't have the
Dolphins are
opportunities
in
to
your
interact.
I mean your interest. I mean your interest.
What? Listen, the whole entire point is, look, humans suck, and that's it. And just being
Why?
given the option to do it is surprisingly no one really wants to press the
My
button.
husband would like to know how humans suck.
Why do they suck?
Well, I can't believe it's surprising to you that most humans aren't genocidal maniacs.
I know, right?
Are you vegan or something? Is that what's going on?
No, I'm not vegan.
I mean, well, it's a very anti-human stance to want to just press a button to kill everybody.
I mean, it isn't really. If you really take into consideration the torment that a human life has to go through just for slight moments of joy.
But what about the good shit?
Yeah, but everyone has a different life.
I just mentioned that. The slight moments.
But just because you're depressed, don't take away my happiness.
What says anything about
Wait,
my depression? I don't have any
You don't
depression.
project that on me.
I'm not projecting.
Everyone's life is different, dude. Some people don't suffer at all.
I agree.
I mean, I guess
I'm
growing
technically
pains,
one of those
when your
people.
muscles grow and shit, but whatever.
Yeah, but I don't view my own singular life as the principle for why I wouldn't make a moral decision to end humanity.
Here's
Here's
the
the
question:
Your own life.
What if you were with Val and you had a child with multiple children with Val?
It wouldn't matter.
You
because I
pushing
would
the button still?
Yes.
My God,
Why?
you
Yeah,
monster!
that's because my singular life and my local experience doesn't mean that the rest of the humanity doesn't suck. Just because I'm enjoying my own life doesn't mean the humanity doesn't suck.
Yeah, but the rest of humanity is literally just a fucking multiplication of you. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Like with variation and shit.
And in the vast majority of that experience, it's horrendous for the vast majority of those individuals. So no,
How do
it
you know
doesn't.
that? How do you know the internal experiences of other people? Like, what are you
It
talking
doesn't
about?
matter about knowing it. Just the mere fact
Well,
that
then you're making the decision off of some feelings bullshit. Then it's not objective.
it has nothing to do with bullshit. You can see
Yeah.
from the stats of like fucking what do you call it, clinical trials where depression is like the vast majority of the population or some shit like that. You can see where fucking people are suffering from poverty and all that kind of
some
shit.
people,
But
there's plenty of
like,
people that get joy out of the small things. There's people that get joy out of trying on hats.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
but
that does not outweigh the fact that we're killing the planet, we're killing the rest of the species on the planet, and humanity
all of
sucks
those
in
things are
general.
value judgments.
Huh?
Those aren't like okay. So like, if a person's depressed, they're not mass executing themselves. Every person, even depressed people, even people that are chronically depressed,
Yes.
see enough value in their own existence not to end it. I would
yes,
almost
it's
agree
a
if half the
selfish
population,
factor.
but it's not just selfish. Like, some people actually get enjoyment out of things in life. Like, it's not always just bleak,
And no one is
fucking
disagreeing. I am not
black
disagreeing.
pill bullshit.
I'm not disagreeing, but the mere fact that that is not the majority proves that it's not worth it. Like, just because there's one good person amongst 100 doesn't mean you should keep those 99 pieces of shit alive.
What are you talking about? Every person that is good or bad, like, people aren't just like one-dimensionally good or bad. Like, some people are bad and become good later. Some people are good and become bad later. It fluctuates throughout their life, so it doesn't even make sense. And earlier you said, oh, well, people that aren't human are pretty awesome. And Daniel made some points about you like wanting to fuck a dolphin or something. I don't know, it's weird. But my point is, though, like, animals have even more brutish lives than us. Like, they're like literally like raping each other, but like, not, I don't even know if they're like consider it rape, but like, I'm sure that's not the best way to be. Like, I just don't see how you're making this value judgment of like everyone. So like, animals suffering in the wild because their survival of the fittest is a better way to live than humans who are modernizing the world and reducing that need for survival of the fittest. Like, what are you going at here?
My argument is simply humanity sucks. It's as
Yeah,
simple
but
as
like,
that.
you don't have any points that back up the argument of that. Every point that you've brought up is like myopic and not demonstrated. It's just an opinion, and then when I take apart the things that build up to that opinion, you just like go to something
I
else.
don't really need to defend the fact that humanity sucks. I
If
don't
you
need
have
to
a
point.
button that's going to eliminate humanity, then these hypothetical necessarily dictates that you do. Yeah.
But look, on the vast.
That's the whole point of the hypothetical, is to justify your decision
On the spectrum of humanity, there is no real way to say that humanity is good, but you can always point out how shitty humanity is,
But
right?
wait, sure there
What are you
is.
talking
We're
about?
Like,
humans.
give me an example of what makes humanity good.
We
I'm one
condemn
of
things
them.
that are immoral. Animals don't. They just do immoral things indiscriminately because they're trying to survive.
Okay, listen, again, we aren't taking animals into this consideration. I'm saying for
Well, you just said
humanity.
earlier that it would be better if humans didn't exist because we're destroying the planet, and animals have a right and they're more interesting. Those were the things you said.
I didn't say that. I'm saying animals. Animals are.
Won't be affected. It was part of your argument.
Yes, animals, the rest of the species on the planet would be affected. Yes, I agree. But I'm saying I am judging humanity on within humanity's boundaries. And I'm saying that the vast majority of humanity is shit. And there's very
Like,
little
what is that based
moments.
on?
Huh?
What is that? So, okay, I think the further back in time and less modern you get, the more true your statement is. But the further into this modern era that we get, the more we have eliminated the like horrors and
Of
tragedies that humanity goes through that makes them suck. So what I'm saying is like, what is the thing you're saying humanity is doing that makes them
its
all worthy of
self-destructive
extinction?
nature. Let's go with that. Self-destructive nature. That
If
encompasses
it's
a vast
self-destructive,
majority
why are
of
we the most propagated species on the planet? If it's self-destructive, why is there more humans than like literally anything else on this fucking planet?
are you insane? Do you know that the majority of the animal kingdom vastly outweighs humanity, right?
I'm not talking about against I said species.
Okay,
Are you saying like mitochondria? Because I
okay,
mean, I
sorry,
guess
sorry.
that could be
Sure,
more.
sure, sure. I was. Anyways, sorry, my bad. Go ahead, continue. So yes, okay, we've expanded and pushed nature out of the environment. That we live in.
But you said we were
So
self-destructive. If we're self-destructive, why are we propagating so much? We are literally multiplying. Like we're not actually self-destructive if we are fucking everywhere constantly and spreading and fucking and reproducing everywhere.
yes, but the problem, self-destructive, also encompasses the fact that we're destroying the actual environment that we have to exist in, right? That's
So
self-destructive in
beavers do
itself.
that. Are the beavers evil because they build dams?
What does that have to do with it? You do
Well, okay,
understand that
what's
when
the point
beavers
of it being
make dams,
self-destructive?
you do understand when beavers make dams and shit, they create a whole entire environment, an ecosystem within that whole entire area that they produce that dam, right?
So do humans when we build our cities and we pave our roads.
Yes,
That's what we're
that
doing.
that's meant to contain humanity. You don't see like nature
Correct.
fucking.
The beaver dam is meant to contain beavers and things that beavers like. Yeah.
Yes, but it also creates an environment for other species to fucking thrive and
Because
do other things.
because beavers like
Because
that. They want
yes,
those
but
things
there's
there.
also a balance with nature which humanity doesn't have. Yet again, I'm pointing out.
Well, balance with nature is an arbitrary thing that you've decided. You've put a value judgment on what nature is and what balance with nature means.
Either way, it doesn't matter. The whole entire point is like, look, humanity pushes, expands, but there's no real balance with the environment.
Yeah, I
We're
used to get him confused with Murder Man. I think because they both had man in their name. Go on.
Anyways, the whole entire fact is that there's no real balance that humanity can actually sustain properly, right? The fact that we expand, destroy, and then we corrupt everything around us. That's one of
What
the.
does corrupt mean? And right now, the
Okay,
expand thing is kind of contentious because our
all right.
population
So
growth is
the
on decline.
okay, so then we corrupt the environment. So we're destroying the ocean itself in its entirety. And that is one of the main sources that provide oxygen and food, nutrient for us and all that kind of shit. We
Correct.
destroy the
So
forest.
I understand. So when beavers build dams, and the dam fucks things up for other animals because it does. Do the
Mm-hmm.
beavers look at the thing that's fucked up and go, "Oh, maybe we shouldn't build as many dams, or maybe we should change what we're doing"? No, they don't. But
Okay,
humans
so
do. When we fuck things up enough, we observe it. Now, yes, it takes time, and we have to actually let things get fucked, which appears to be a flaw in humanity. But once it does, we actually adapt, which is why we continue to propagate. We don't just let things fuck forever.
but we
We go,
do.
oh, it's real fucked. Let's change something.
Unless it's a detriment to humanity, it's not there's no rush to fix the problem, right?
Well, yeah, but with a beaver, he builds the dam. It's a detriment to him. He doesn't even conceptualize the idea of a detriment. He's just like, oh, I built a dam. Time to build another one.
Yes, but this yet again is contained within an environment that is balanced, right, with nature, right?
Not necessarily. I bet you, if the fucking beaver could keep building dams forever and expanding, he fucking would.
I mean,
This comes down to your speciesist. It's really all
sure.
this is.
All I'm saying.
And I am too, just in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that's
So-
because that's what's built into your own fucking psyche. Like every.
Well,
human
right. I'm
thinks-
human, obviously.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. I forgot about that.
I'm a little
My point is
biased.
you're making a value judgment on humanity, but everything you've brought up, humanity actually does try to address, unlike all the other animals. The only thing that animals
Does-
have different than us is that they
Mhm.
don't have the ability to address the things they fuck up. But they also don't have the ability to fuck up as hard as we do. Because we have so much ability, it cuts both ways. But that doesn't mean we deserve extinction.
Again. So okay, sure. If you want to make that your argument, then fine. That's okay.
He's still gonna press the button.
Yeah, but like, well, okay, well then, what's your other reason for pressing the button? If that's not, because like you said that was the reason. So if you accept the argument, then are you still pressing the button,
No,
or is there more?
Of course, I'm gonna always. I personally think I will always press the button without hesitation, and that's the thing.
Okay, yeah, but you said think. You didn't say no. So like, what is making you think that? So the idea is like, okay, you have a set of reasons for why you're pressing the button. So if we go through each of those reasons and we
But it
figure
doesn't-
out if they're valid or not,
he's
and then you
angsty.
agree
It
with
has
the
nothing to do with
counterpoint,
being. Okay,
then
listen.
you don't press the button, or you
Listen.
do. Like what?
I don't have a bias towards humanity. I just personally think that it's a species that is more destructive than good, and that's it. It's as simple as that. And technically,
He's an emo
Why?
teenager.
That's not simple. There's reasons for those things. What are you talking about? Like
again,
you just believe in
just
some
have to
inherent
observe-
evil
you
thing,
just-
but it's not justified.
Listen, you just have to observe humanity, and technically, you would have come to
I
my
do. I
conclusion.
live every day observing humanity. I am part of humanity. I've lived every fucking day observing their bullshit.
Mhm.
I get it. But I don't think that everyone needs to stop existing because humanity fucks up every now and then. Animals fuck up every now and then, but I don't want to